Welcome to the channel. In just a few minutes, court will conclude, and right now the defense is cross-examining one of the witnesses. Stand by. Stand by. Hold on. Let me get this over here so you guys can see what I see. You guys got to be able to see what I can see. All right, guys. Stand by. We need to get some power over here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right. Put a 1 in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the sound of my voice. Put a 1 in the chat. Okay. Where's those ones at? I'll make sure. Okay, good, good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the court will end very soon, and we are waiting for the attorneys and or family of Sean Diddy Combs. And I want to say something, ladies and gentlemen. Nicole Westmoreland, attorney Nicole Westmoreland, did an extraordinary job cross-examining Dawn Richards. I wondered why she didn't cross-examine Cassie. Her cross-examination was masterful. And this is why I believe that Diddy got his money's worth with Nicole Westmoreland. How you doing? When I say she had Dawn Richards on the ropes, and that's what a good cross-examiner, a good great attorney does. Look for the holes in the story. I would argue she should be cross-examining a lot more of the witnesses, and I would think that will happen. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wait for the people to leave the, I have to go to the other side, but I'm gonna keep you guys locked in. I'm going to share this real quickly. Stand by. All right, guys, we locked in over here, and we're going to get a different angle.
I'm good. I'm good. Say, has your mom spoken? Okay. I was one of my parents. I'll call right now. I'll call. Yep. Hi, Chris Loriano. How you doing? It's Chris Wright. You filming me for your son? I'm calling to get my text. I'm trying to reach out. All right, try. I'm going to call you right now.
want to get the lawyers, I think. I don't know. This thing done charged up. Seriously, look at this thing. You see Zoe?
I'm like, should I tell him, boy, I ain't gonna crash it tomorrow.
Tell what?
Tomorrow.
I know you don't let him play like that. That was crazy. That was crazy. None of that. That's not fight stars. Like the way you
Yeah, it was my first. I didn't know how the whole press, how they were going, divided, and how, you know what I mean? Like he did that right at the last.
Right, he did.
Like right. So the people in front of me.
Hey, what's up, honey, up here? Let's get into the cross-examination of Kat's best friend. No, you know what? No. We're going right into, we are going right into, this guy. Right into the no, because when I tell you, they might drop over. This is the first time we actually see the Rico. I've seen it, right? But this is the first time that they building up the Rico case, and I need something that shows that Diddy was a monster, and that Diddy. Now, interesting enough, none of the baseball reports were in court. None of the girls were in court. I understand they just went to prom. I guess the brothers celebrate. I actually don't know why they're there. We said definitely wasn't there. She's like, Chance not there. Sarah was not there, and neither was what's her name? Love's mom. Neither were they. She's very, very, very good. I think that she's been reading the way that people are like, this is look, why is violence? Okay, really quick. Sharifa, they got let's get into thing. Interestingly enough, also, Nina Marie said, where is Alex Carter? Keep going on. So I didn't see Alex Carter, but you know what I did run into? Gene Gill. Gene Gill maybe he's not allowed to see him. Still waiting to see if he actually testified. Okay, let's get into this. Interestingly enough, didn't he try to carry the same type of carriage test, right? They were friends forever, but in 2017, Cassie never talked to Carrie again. Carrie never talked to Cassie. Why? Because Diddy broke in, choked Cassie's best friend out, fired them, and basically at the case. And Cassie said, and I'm sorry, Carrie said, no, I'm not. And they were like, why? Because it's trying to make it seem like it's a girl fight. She said, because domestic violence is an absolute no for me. That's hella. Okay? She said, absolutely not. Domestic violence is an absolute no for me. I would never, ever, ever do it. Okay? Now, here's the thing, okay? We're about to get into the juicy stuff. But Carrie actually really so clean. Carrie said that up until she met me, Cassie dated Sparkus. Cassie was a drinker. She wasn't in drugs. And she basically damning tested about how violent it was. They even tried to say, well, didn't Cassie pay it off? And Carrie was like, that wasn't Cassie's money. And they were like, what? And she was like, that wasn't Cassie's money. She was the queen. That was money from Diddy. She gave me 30,000. My mom like that money came from Diddy, right? That's listen. That's Cassie. They pretty much, I think that they really regret Cassie stuff and even though they fell out, Carrie was sexual with them. She gave Mark Adams nothing. She couldn't remember a lot of text messages. She couldn't remember the situation. She didn't remember the overwhelming violence. Mark Audrey says, if you're providing peace, I want you to pay back over the phone. Oh, Mark. Thank you
I'll see you
so
shortly. Bye-bye.
much,
Bye-bye.
Mr. Dodgy. Also, to bring in the statement was what was in the PA David James hotel writer. We're not, listen, let's get into David James. Let's jump right into the PA because it was it was a dude. So listen, let me get off. They didn't get to the hotel writer yet. This testimony is going to be completed tomorrow. But when I actually tell you that he just destroyed for anybody saying that Diddy wasn't perfect, that's not for anybody saying that Diddy was not only passing the assistant David James just threw that out. Mark Adams was upset. There was even talk about when they left. They thought something was going to keep the trial on time. Now Mark Adams was like, I don't know, it might be later. We're going to have to check. The judge was like, all right, get to it. I told you one thing. Judge Aaron is doing an excellent job. Again, he is another judge. He went straight from Supreme Clerkship to being a federal judge. But I'll tell you what, you don't get to just be a Supreme Court clerk and then want to be a federal judge without being on top of your game. Judge Aaron is so good at the federal rules of evidence, hearsay, admissibility, objection, and when you think of it, he is running the courtroom like a finely tuned machine. He's running. I'm not concerned. Maybe he's young. Maybe he doesn't know the legal finesse. I'm trying to get a good shot. Got your conviction out? Maybe he's young. Maybe he doesn't know the legal finesse. Maybe all that stuff is happening. But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, he had a quick learning curve. Mark Adams finessed him a few times, and after that, Judge Aaron said no, and he has been shutting Mark down and the prosecution down when they try to play those little games. Fox Rules, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Also, you guys, thank you so much. I think it's all weekend. Thank you for helping me trip from security, from lodging, and everything. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Tony Costello said, thank you. He said, appreciate the coverage and your vibe. You're welcome. Okay, so let's get into this, you guys. Everybody's wondering, I don't see any RICO because they are busy listening to the blogs that you did with alleged that you paid $7 million for the official narrative. Everybody wants to be in Cassie's bag, but at the end of the day, we have people testify today that Diddy was cheating on Cassie constantly. They said Gina was really dumb with a problem. She's been dumb since day one, according to Cassie's best friend, but nobody gonna say that. I want to hear anything about the blogs that are saying Cassie's a bad woman, because she didn't say basically Gina was cheating on everyone. But anyway, let's get into this, right? This is David James, right? She's cheating on Mary David Ryan. She's cheating with the Cassie bag. Okay, so this testimony is so good. So it's an executive assistant. David James wanted a career in fashion. He saw an article in the New York Times saying that he was looking for a home. Now this is the same man that actually quit. They haven't done it yet. But Cassie told us in the testimony that she quit because he saw violence and she couldn't explore so much that he quit and protested about what was going on with Cassie. So wait till the microphone. I'll get into this really quickly. Just wait. He said he saw an article in the New York Times. They was like, yo, Diddy's looking for personal business. Now, he was determined. He emailed his resume. He faxed it. That's how old it was. He dropped off his resume, right? He went to an interview at Bad Boy Entertainment. There were 15 people in the lobby, right? Oh, my God. Very good. Sit me. 9.99 pounds. That's like $1,000 US. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, Jerry. Also, what a great shout out to Snobby Paul LLC. Said, do your thing with your things. Tune in daily. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so listen to this, right? We saw an article, right? He met Tommy. Tommy is he also met Basha. they kept bringing up Bosch's name, which made me think, is that a conspirator or is it a federal witness? But it made me think the way they kept zooming in on someone named Basha, that they are definitely testifying. Who was thinking? And she met Sean Diddy Jones' sister, and his sister, and she met somebody named Evan, right? Jen said things from Cali, okay? So anyway, and for a second, it sounded like he was trying to be sniffling, right? Not like that, but like sniffling. And the prosecution was like, I don't know. He seemed like he was in control. Pulled together guy. You don't keep anyone else around him. So he was like a TV actor playing executive. You know what I'm saying? He had that distinguished look. Okay, so then anyway, they remember them all saying, right, that this is your Diddy's kingdom. One thing you need to know is Diddy's kingdom, and you all have to work, right? Then they get to a SWOT analysis of the beauty industry, right? We had for artistic Black Women Chronicles. What's up, Mama? I said, sis, thank you. You said you're halfway to sitting on all 8 songs. Maybe I can actually. Then, anyway, right? They said, yeah, this was the hardest for the speed best I think no one was harder than you do. There's a Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew, what did you like you? She said, thank you so much. Okay, so listen, right? That is so much.
Is the press still over at the steps?
Sorry?
Is there a press presence on the steps?
Let me get out of here just y'all. Jim like that, thank you so much for working. Okay, so listen, he had to do a SWOT analysis. I think that SWOT analysis. I don't know SWOT analysis, but it's something good for the market, okay? For the mainstream industry, there were 40 appointments they gave him. He had to organize, and he had to put them into a calendar. He was very, 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 listen, it's a half-wig, okay? It's a half-wig. Well, deep damage this summer. Anyway, right? There's a 40 appointments and they don't fit in the calendar. He had to rinse the young substantial pay. These are all fake things. They gave him all the questions. They said he had a he had it back by Monday, so he was definitely qualified. Christian Sherinian said, great job. He said, keep us all wrong. You're beautiful inside and out. He suggested for all things. Exactly. Cinnamon and Jason, you look very official when you were caught up with Gene Hill. You're so adorable. Your parents are Gene Hill was looking at me like, get out of here. Gene Hill was looking at me like I was his annoying little sister, like, get out of here. Anyway, I did do a 36-second intro to Gene Hill, but let me get into it, right? So anyway, they said they were Via and James, right? Okay. Also, the court is over. The judge said this week that he's ending every category. However, he did say that he might change that. He did say that he actually might change that to the jury, and some days the jury's going to be 3:30, 4:05. Listen, Judge Byron is trying to enjoy his summer break. He said, y'all ain't stressing me out. However, he wants to make sure that the trial ends on time. So it might go back to 5 p.m. So right now, court is over, so this is the most up-to-date information, okay? Now, anyway, right? They said they asked him 2 questions. Like, what's your question? What makes you statements? And he was like, the first one he said is like, listen, he compiled a spreadsheet around all these practices. And she didn't think it was a real thing. He told me making sense behavior. I guess that was a lot back then. But they treated him like he can't make it. You know, he had to tell the chef. The chef is going to testify to him. He's like, this guy that was testifying, Mr. James, he is the forced labor fraud. This charge of this guy is absurd, so it's going to be a lot of months that guy is a forced labor. That could be what? Oh, SWOT is, thank you, baby. SWOT is an analysis of strengths and weaknesses. Okay, thank you. Okay, so wait, hold on, let me see what SWOT is. SWOT is an analysis of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats done for business plans, startups, and etc. So as you can tell, never downplay. I prefer to just read it. You I prefer to just make businesses on side. Anyway, anyway, you said, listen, autistic black woman said, nope, Gene was looking like a cleaner person. Nah, Gene was looking like annoying. Like, I was giving him annoying sister vibes. He was like back and forth. Also, let me just get, okay, so he was just fun analogy, okay? So that's really he knows his stuff. He was trying to establish that I'm trying my whole bring down and blow my skirt up. Why did I was on one of the videos? Okay, so anyway, right? So, listen, and he also says, who cares about the status, that they can get hired? Listen, who cares about the past? What succession of the past, what can I use today? And then also can't stop won't stop. When he was doing that, you know what I'm right? You have to go and job interviews, and you have to think every job interview I've been on, they always hire me because I do the right thing to say. They don't know I'm a little Karen that spends all my time gossiping by the water cooler, right? It's they think I'm there. And I remember back, and what was that, in the early aughts, mid-aughts, no, the mid-aughts, mid-aughts, when they would ask you, what do you think your greatest weakness is? I always came correct, right? What do you think your greatest weakness is? And I would sit there and get this very emotional face because, you know, I'm like chaotic, good, right? I don't know why, but I always remember the people I was at work with as like very type A. Don't ask me why, right? So they would be like, what do you think your greatest weakness is? And I was like, this is my time to shine. I would sit there and thoughtful and be like, I think my greatest weakness is the fact that they operate at such a high level, which I do. They're going to be at. And I'm also a stickler for attention to detail. And I was like, yeah, y'all know I am a stickler for attention to detail for anything, right? And like, come on, what I want to do. I also think it's my attention. And I think that becomes a weakness because I hold my children to that same high standard. And sometimes it might rub people the wrong way when they think I'm making a personal critique of them, then literally I would just like them to be held to the same standard. I believe if any job that is humans deserve, and anyway, the right one. Little did they know I was so chaotic good. I was like, that's all we're going. That's all straight. We'll come out here and then I go, hey, this not. What are you talking about? Have this job. And then, you know, a little while later, they be like, this is not working out. It was not working out because I was, you know, just like a little chaos. Anyway, Hollywood definitely says starting away about the assets, forced labor. Yes, my dear president, you're welcome. Also for CBP, thank you so much for giving 5 members of the next speaker. Thank you to Christine. Many heart, thank you so much for the chat. Also, where are we at? Let's see. Where are we at? Okay, here we go. But yeah, so he's obviously one of those people that knew how to answer job questions. I didn't need ChatGPT. I was like, baby, all on my own. We are directly live on the there's a person up there. I might go live after I'm done with the athletes. Go interview. I'm going to be going down on the street interviews, okay? So Howard, the host said, welcome. Oh my God, welcome to the interview. Okay, so let's get back to it, right? So anyway, he was saying that, they talking about Jimmy Vogel. Oh my God, I think I also figured out who Nina might be. I'll go by a little later on because I don't have a doctor.
I juiced this
And
morning.
say her name. And then like, the judge will be like, she can't testify who she is. So that my doctor or anybody doctors her, but I really let her come out in court by accident. And I'm going to do some research and find out her background. And then I'm not going to say her name. You know, everything that is doing. But they accidentally let it slip out of court. The girl got home. I didn't know. I know. But let's go. And if I tell you now, the prosecution, the defense will actually say she can't be an eyewitness anymore. And then he immediately screamed, oh, why he can't go to jail. Okay. So who testified after Cassidy? Dawn testified after Cassidy. Who said that? We've got Shadi. Dawn testified after Cassidy. And after that, Carrie, Cassie's best friend, testified. We're going to get to Carrie's testimony. And then there was Mr. James. That was Denny's personal assistant during Cassie that actually quit because he was so abusive to Cassie. I'm jumping in this testimony because it was a mic drop moment, and he is the number one for the RICO stuff, and then we'll come back to Carrie's, Cassie's best friend. Okay, I already did, yeah, don't say too much. I already did people be like, yo, are you, people be like, yo, are you like, okay, we need a hug, we need a hug, whatever. That will be done. And thank you, we're done. Anyway, right, I do think that she's been justified. They've been bringing her name up too much. Diddy has been trying to throw dirt on Pete. The prosecution has been going around. How about I teach the prosecution with this? Because every time they show like stuff, now it's called will be called to testify, right? Like, you don't mind doing it again. Dance free to say, get your money too. That's how people stay encouraged. There's so much dance free. Anyway, every time you show a picture of the prosecution with this, they're like, it just looks so wholesome. Like, Cindy Lou Who, Capricorn card, Roger Bonds, a winning smile. Every time somebody they show somebody testify for things, they look like Lex Luthor, they look like a dirtbag, they look menacing. I said the prosecution is key, baby. I'm here for it. Also, it was U.S. Attorney Slavic, Emily again, and also I don't think we were showing interviewed anyone, but I'll tell you what, the prosecution is doing an awesome job. Jalil Cunningham said, kerosene for life, you liar. Thank you, Dummy, for sending me super chat. I'm just going to, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Kerosene for life. Don't bring this kerosene for life. Anyway, right? They also said Dio was the chief of staff. I'm sorry, Mia was the chief of staff. Now here's the thing. Who was the chief of staff back then? I have to find out. I'm going to put my girl this truth. At this point, Mia cannot be KK. Because this guy worked like back in the day. I don't think KK was there yet, but we will see. Now here's the funny thing. When it comes to Karen, Diddy was like looking at her. And he was looking at Mark, like, you better fix this, because they did not do what they thought they were getting. Unlike Mia. However,
I wasn't hearing what you said, so let's hold, let me just move it.
oh, sorry.
Is everyone out?
Yeah, they're done for the day.
They done?
Well, they haven't left the courthouse yet.
Oh, okay. Because I wanted. What you think the lawyer's coming out?
In that one,
Jalal. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, well, I won't give you that. 'Cause they pick
I'll
up
block you
everything.
on the slide. Sorry, Jalal. Whatever. I'll block you. Don't worry. I got you. Sorry about that, Jalal. You're like, keep it calm down. Yeah, like, no, I'll never calm down. Anyway, sorry about that. Also, many heard that keep a guilt on love from another man and turn your guilt into someone else's chat. It is not enough that he said Gene Dale's in the chat. What's up, Uncle Gene? What is up, Uncle Gene? We're gonna have to go live today. Gene Dale said he's gonna hear all these owes me an interview. We're gonna go live in the morning. I'll be back. Also, Esteban Fanoa. Are y'all subscribed? I'm not gonna probably. Y'all just doing it for one more week. Said loving your conversation so much, Esteban. I appreciate you. Okay, so let me get you the point, right? So Terry, Diddy was looking mad at Sylvia. I think he tried to put Terry out of him. However, when this guy was in the mind, Diddy was doing this stupid mind game. I was looking down the whole time as if somebody wasn't even talking. Diddy stop with the mind, especially for the people who didn't actually know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I said, he's so damn good as usual. Thank you. I had no idea. Alex Bond. She is a domestic survivor. I have a story about Alex Bond. And the Catholic situation was live, the people spreading about them. But always when they did it live, she talked about that. Let me get through this book, right? So he basically, one of your things, he said my job was to set up the day and everything that he liked. Proof, make his proof, the files, the docs. They would print out all the test releases in the last 24 hours. The stories in the last 24 hours. Culture Vegas and Cisco and the Bullets were famous. Welcome. Also, they would, he would have the chef prepare breakfast. The chef is testifying against Diddy. So, right? Security would need to let us know what was going on, and they would sometimes go to the for his album. Let me tell you something for the chef. They were fighting to exclude this chef got testimony because Diddy chef is all known. So Diddy, PA, personal assistant or executive assistant, has forced labor charge. This is the one that my husband did in jail forever. Now, interestingly enough, sorry, let me go. Interestingly enough, right? Interestingly enough, what is it? Okay. Interestingly enough, that's the chef. The reason why they're trying to talk about is because the chef, so apparently Diddy sold the chef, right? So remember, I think there's so much chef. Diddy sold the chef, okay? The executive assistant gave not their consultant. Diddy, at Diddy's direction, everybody told him he had to go to the police and file a false police report saying the chef attacked Diddy so that Diddy wasn't in trouble. You guys are part of the rumor. The Mark Agatuli was like, we're not going to prove anything. Who cares if he lied? And everybody's like, who cares if he lied? Isn't this like an organized directive? Anyway, the judge at the end cut Mark Agatuli off and said, and we will be proceeding, and they will testify. Move along. Mark Agatuli was sitting. Stop. Skylar JPR agency social media management company. I appreciate you, right? In any case, right? Hold on. Let's see. They said another separate was document was in the document was Byron was Byron was crazy. Yeah, I think this is the same chef. Then he tried to make a false report. That's how he works. Remember when he allegedly did it? Y'all don't remember that episode? Now listen, they said what were the work hours? It was 30 minutes before he woke up super early, and they had to work till 3 or 4 a.m. Would take $75K a year, and he got a little overtime. It was based out of where everything was and what he didn't do. All right? Now here's this, right? Here's the mic check. So I was asking and then
Please today, do a look at it. I need to see today.
That's the bill, yes. That was the resolution.
right?
So, let me ask you this.
He said, oh, so he said, give us $200 out in LA. Give him he said, you him out in LA. Nicola, thank you so much for the super chat. And David Jones, thank you so much for the family. But here is the mic drop, all right? When he said, this is when someone he said, I got it, right? There, I want
Okay, guys. Oh, get out of my face. Oh. Okay, guys, listen up. I got the phone call. You were seeing more than you should have been seeing. And obviously, I didn't know what you were seeing until someone told me you were seeing more than you should have been seeing. But with that, I'm going to look at it. We'll edit it out.
I don't know what it is. And everybody in the group was like, oh, she's moldable. She's out in LA. You got her right. Wonder she's young. You're inside her head. Come on. This is really.
Let's see. Hold on. What happened? What did I miss?
And right when that happened, the prosecution was smart.
What the heck? Wait a minute. What did I miss? What the hell? What the hell happened? I wasn't even over here, guys. What is going on? Wow. Okay, someone needs to call me on the phone right now. Call my number and tell me what the hell was going on. Damn. Yo, I'm reading the comments. You guys, oh my goodness. I need one of my mods, give me a call. Give me a call, mod. If you got my phone number, give me a call. Hold on, let me take this call. One of my people called me. Hold on, stand by. Yo, what happened? I was correct. What happened?
Thank you so much. Now, what do you need to
Mhm.
know, right?
Hi.
Here's the thing. Did he attack the chef? His personal assistant, he was there like they told the person to file a false statement report. Did he post up his lies? They're saying it was a hearsay exception, and they said that it could be admitted. So Diddy's team is really, really done, and it shows the criminal organization. Okay, so Mark Agnifilio was questioning tax investment Gary, a bold and red victim. Okay? Now Mark Agnifilio was trying to be on his own to go, like, hey, hi, how are you doing? My name's Mark. You know Mark is very, very good at playing like that bumbling, friendly attorney in the shark. The casting director Gary was not impressed. She was very nice to Mark too, but she never let Mark fluster her or get her to say anything. Okay? So, Mark was like, so, what were your friends with Cassie? Right? No, Mark was like, so you say you were friends with Cassie before 2001, 2008. Harry was like,
Okay.
and he was like, you ever hear about Don?
Oh, okay. Because that was. I'm like, what the heck going
He's
on?
like, but you were close to her. You know everybody Cassie knew. And I was like, man, what are you trying to do? Don Richard said
Thanks,
that
man. I appreciate you.
2011. This girl is saying that her and Cassie was tight as speed in 2001.
All right. Appreciate you. Let me call you back.
She did say, yeah, I know other people, pretty much everybody was close to Cassie, okay? How did you meet Cassie? She said, I met Cassie through Margaret, right? And she said, we met like in Polaroid, Mark Agnifilio. You mean tell me you were a model, you met, take Polaroid, and then you realize how dumb they sound. And was like, oh.
All right, guys. I'm ending this live. I appreciate you. I really do. Make sure you like, subscribe, and come back for our next live, which will be in probably the next 2 or 3 hours. With that, I'm out. Peace.